Okay, let's say we're in a company or a nonprofit, and we want to, and we're the shipping department, otherwise known as the shipping circle, right? And we would do the process that you're going to see next, which is called asking a circle member to leave. Who does that?
In a company?
No, I mean in Sociocracy. Our company, and we make bicycle trailers. We have a factory floor where we make the bicycle trailers. We have a shipping department where we ship them. We have a marketing and promotion department. We have the finance accounting folks. Okay, and what other departments we need in bicycle trailers? I don't know what, but you know. Okay, so what the person we want to get out of our circle in the shipping department is named Reginald. And we want Reginald to leave our shipping department circle. That might be the same as firing, unless another circle wants Reginald to enter their circle, in which case he might apply to join their circle, and that would be consenting to circle members over there in that circle. Maybe he's going to apply to the bicycle trailer making circle, maybe, let's say. So it may not be firing, but it might if they say no and he can't do accounting and he doesn't know anything about marketing, in which case he's out of our company. This is now not talking about intentional communities or member-led groups or activist groups where they're all volunteers. This is, we're paying Reginald a salary. Okay, we're the shipping circle. Who decides to ask Reginald to leave the circle?
Someone in the shipping circle?
Someone in the shipping circle proposes it. Now it's a proposal to which we need to get consent. Who is it that consents?
We all circle.
All of us, yeah, except Reginald. That's exactly right. Reginald doesn't get any consent right on the proposal about whether or not he leaves.
Oh.
You will soon see, although he's in the meeting, unless he decides not to be, in which case, we tried to tell him what we said. Now, this would be the last resort, wouldn't it? If Reginald is doing various things that seem to us like he needs more training in sociocracy, we might ask him to get more training in sociocracy and not have consent rights in meetings until he learns it better. If he does disruptive things in our shipping department work tasks, our operational meetings, which are quick, short, informal, or our policy meetings, which are, more formal, more infrequent, and we do all those things that you now know what they are. Well, we might ask him to get some training on good communication skills and be present in the meetings but not speak, since speaking is what makes the trouble. We could create any kind of agreements or conditions that we want to, as long as we first do what? Starts with a P. And secondly, we do what? Consent. Exactly. So you see that over and over and over, large and small, day and night, we propose and then we consent, because we're following the principle of consent. Okay, well, wait a minute, this isn't fair to Reginald. Reginald doesn't get to consent. I thought this thing was fair and everybody has equivalence of voice. Yes, except for this. Because we need some recourse. If Genghis Khan or Attila the Hun happens to slip into our company, our nonprofit, our member-led group, or does this ever happen, folks, our intentional community. Let us quickly go over removing a circle member, which all this is written in, not only the 5 steps here, but the description in here. Okay? It's only 4 steps. The person is right there. Or they didn't come to the meeting, and then we send them the minutes of the meeting, which they may or may not read. It's their choice, but they are invited, and they are a member of the circle. Okay. The person may have questions or comments, or if they don't come, they don't. Maybe they are there, but they don't have any. We might have questions or comments for that person. Would you be willing to put digging on a leash by the fence after this, Susan? Let's say she just got Diggy. She's been in the circle all this time, but she's got this new dog, and suddenly this is an issue. Okay, but let's say she's really not willing to. Okay. So then we have a proposal which might involve Susan. We ask her to leave our garden circle indefinitely. Or we ask Susan to leave the garden circle for a period of time and go learn more sociocracy training. Or that's a condition, right? And it's a period of time, like maybe 6 months. Or we ask Susan to leave the circle with a condition that she reconsider the digging garden beds situation. Or that we ask Susan to please read about disturbances of the soil when trying to grow teeny-weeny seedlings, and so on, so that she comes back to us with more gardening knowledge. This is all very theoretical because we got to assume that Susan already knows something about gardening. Okay, so then we have a consent round. Is she part of the consent round?
No.
No. Chances are we're all going to say no objection. Let's say somebody objects. Why do they object? We haven't taken enough time to try to find a solution. Okay, how about this? Let's put it on the agenda next time, and you and Susan get together in the meantime to come up with some more potential ways to resolve it. We're all going to suffer for a longer period of time, right? While we deal with this, it's still not resolved. We might say, we're not sure we have the time or the patience to keep going with this. Would you be willing to remove your objection? No, I don't want us to just say, please leave the circle now, Susan. We haven't tried hard enough to find a solution. Okay, let's have you be involved in finding the solution. Okay, let's move forward in time to the next policy meeting. Now it's on the agenda again. Okay, we're going to take up the proposal we had before to remove Susan as a circle member. Reginald, did you have an opportunity to work with Susan on coming up with an idea? No, we didn't. Okay, thank you. So things are the same as before. Yes, they are. Okay. So now here's the proposal again. No objection, no objection, no objection, no objection. Probably the person will say no objection, but if they don't, and they're not willing to withdraw, we just all suffer for longer. Finally, that person will have suffered enough, and maybe even they will realize that we need to do this, or maybe we propose to ourselves that we remove that person from the circle. Because our garden is now filled with holes and dog poop. Do you see what I mean? We can theoretically extend it out into kind of ridiculous branches and twigs and leaves, but the point is, in real life, in our real circle, it'll be much more obvious because we're doing theory right now. Okay? Rains.
Sociocracy is not an inoculation against jerks. There's the challenges of the community and people problems. It's just a better tool to make it possible to compartmentalize, to process a lot of this without getting into personal emotional disputes in the full or in the committee. It makes it regularizes and gives people predictability and a tool to chunk it into manageable pieces.
Thank you. Imagine we are an intentional community that has a clear and thorough membership process, and we screen in our asking for and calling references in our provisional membership period and are getting the person a buddy to be their advocate, to be a member. We look for people who are cooperative, collaborative, and have a history of getting along well with most people most of the time. Okay, let's say that we also have a set of agreements that we ask the person to agree to if they're going to join us, because we know actually in our minds they're joining us, and all the agreements we've already made, we're not joining them. We have a clear purpose or mission, and we ask people to join us if they understand and support it, and we make sure that they can verbalize to us and articulate what it is that is our mission and purpose. So I do this other workshop that may happen in the fall in Chico, where there are cheaper prices for 3-day workshops than in the Bay Area, about how you start a successful new intentional community, which includes lots and lots of focus on these very things. So, just as Sarah said, there are multiple things to keep in mind so that we get cooperative Susan, not uncooperative Susan, in the group in the first place. Same is true if we're hiring employees for our food co-op and so on, right?